Welcome to Code Effectively. The topic for today is to find whether the given number is a Kapreka number or not. This video is important from class 9 to class 10th point of view as well as from 11 to class 12th point of view. So watch this video till the end. Basically what methodology we have to follow is that whenever you take a number, let's say 45, and you do the square of that number, it comes out to be 2025. Now we have to divide the square of the number in two parts and two equal parts. That is, in two equal parts, this we can call it as LHS or left hand side, and this to be the right hand side. And when we add the LHS and RHS, it should come out to the number equal to the original number, itself. ON denotes original number. So 20 plus 25 gives out to be 45. So it is a Kapreka number. What we are doing, we are squaring the number, then the squared number we have to divide it into two equal parts, and after dividing them into two equal parts, we have to check whether these two equal parts, when we sum them, whether they come out to be the original number to the or not. Let's take another example. Another example is 297. When we do the square of 297, it comes out to be 88029. Now this is an odd number. Now you will say how we have to do. Then when it comes to the odd number, we take the RHS to be the maximum numbers and LHS to be the minimum numbers. We take, now you are thinking whether why should ma'am not take L to the 2 to the LHS. Well, we don't take, because for this program community we don't take 2 to the LHS, we take it to the RHS for easy programming. Okay, so when we take this, now 88 plus 209 gives out to be, let's see, it is 297. So this is in Kapreka number. These are the two examples of a Kapreka number. Now let's see what we have to follow in the code to find whether the given number is a Kapreka number or not. This is already the code I have written in the BlueJ IDE. Let's run this code and check whether the given number was a Kapreka number or not. So let's start with the 45 itself. For the 45, I will just have to take this. In this, we will take the input as parameterized so that we can just save a number of lines. You can take using scanner class, and you can take using scanner class or buffer class, any class you want. It depends upon you. I just saved my number of lines by taking it as the scanner, as the parameterized input. Okay, so now let's start. First we have to take n. N is, let's take 45. These are the few variables that I have taken. We will discuss them as with time. I have stored the duplicate of n in num. So now num is equals to n, that is equals to 45. I'm just writing down it here. Now SQ is equals to n into n. So what will be the SQ? SQ is equals to n into n. So n into n gives you 45 into 45. So this comes out to be 20 and 2025. Okay. Now 2025. Now we have to find out whether the given number is a Kapreka number or not. That's the big deal. So let's start. Okay. Now I have done this line. Now let's start. This is a for loop, this is a while loop that we are using to count the number of digits. Okay, we are using to count the number of digits. Why I am using, I will explain it here. Like the number of digits are 2, so we have to divide it into two equal parts. So you can commonly say that when we divide like 2025 by 2 raised to 10 raised to the power 2, it will gives out to be 100. Now let's divide 100. So we will see, you will see mathematically when you will divide it by 20, it will be coming out to be 2025. So you can see the remainder comes out to be the RHS side and the quotient comes out to be the LHS side. That's why I'm taking this methodology. Okay, so now we will find a number of digits. Well, it is very easy. You have already seen how to calculate the number of digits, so I will be skipping this part. Now the number of digits comes out to be 2. Number of digits is 2 because you know 45 has 2. Now let's take one more dry run for your convenience. N is not equal to 2. D plus plus. Let's see first of all. N is not equal to 2. What is the value of n? 45. 45 is not equal to 0. Condition true. So we will add. So now the value initially was 0. Now the value will be 1. Okay, now n is equal to n divided by 2. N divided by 10. So what will be the value of n now? N divided by 10. 45 divided by 10 comes out to be 4, and it will be remainder 5. So n is now 5. N is 4. Now n is 4. Now n is 4. It will go and check. N is not equal to 0. Condition true. It will add d. So we will add one more to d. That is 2. Now it will again divide n by 10. N, when you will divide by 10, it will comes out to be 4 divided by 10. It's 0, and 0 is 4. So now the n is 0. N is 0. While n is not equal to 0. The condition was while n is not equal to 0. But 0 is not equal to 0. This is false. So we will come out of this loop and we will get d is equal to 2. So we know that the number of digits were 2. So this is quite obvious. Now the number of digits comes out to be 2. Now let me erase this part. Okay, so this was already 45 and num is equals to 45. Okay, these are the pretty obvious things that we were doing, and we got d to be 2. And let me write it here again, num is equals to 45, the duplicate. Okay, now we are coming to this point of line. P is equals to int mat dot part 10 comma d. P is equals to mat dot part 10 comma d. What is the value of d? So it will be 10 raised to the power 2. This is 100. Okay, now we come out to be 100. RS is equals to SQ. What was the SQ? I will write down again here. SQ was 2025. Okay, so RS is equals to P modulus SQ. SQ, what is the value of SQ? And P, what is the value of 100? 100. Now we will divide. It will be 20, so 2025. So RS comes out to be 25 because we are taking here modulus. Now what is the LS? LS is equals to SQ divided by P. Same, SQ divided by P. It comes out to be 20. So LS is equals to 20. Now what we have to do, LS plus, if LS plus RS is equal num, we have to check what is the value of RS. 20. LS is 25. 25 and 20. 25 and 20 you will just add it will give out to be 45. 45 is equal 45. What is the value of num? 45. It will check 45 equal 45. Condition true. You will get yes, it is an Kapraker number. This is how you have to do. Now let me take an example. You will say, ma'am, what about when we will take 297? Okay, in this 297 you will get the same methodology. I will just explain you. Num will be equal to 297. When it will be equal to 297, SQ will comes out to be, that is 8088209. Okay, now you will count the number of digits. Number of digits will be 3. Okay, P will come out to be 10 raised to the power 3. This will be 10th 1000. Now you have to find out RS. RS is equals to SQ. What is 88209 and divide by 1000. So it comes out to be, what it will come? 88. So 880000209. Okay, so RS will be, what will be your RS? RS is always the modulus. So 209 will be the modulus and LS will be dividing. So it will be 88. 88. Okay. So, and now we will add it. This will comes out to be 297. This is how the entire program will work in 297. Now I think you come to know now why we are taking 2 in the RHS and not in LHS, because there is no such methodology we can find out to get 2 here in the remainder. 2 here in this question. We can't get 2 in the question. If you get 2 in the question, this is quite impossible. If you take 2 in the question, then it will be 882, and 882 will gives out to be an number that is greater than the SQ. So it is not possible. That's why according to the mathematics and the logical, we have to take, when an odd number is there, the odd number, the last 3 numbers we have to take in the RHS. Or whenever there is an odd number, we will take the 1 digit more. The RHS will always be greater than the than the left side. That is, if there is always an odd number, RS will always have 1 more digit as compared to the LS. LS, if it's having 9 digits, then RS will have 10 digits. Then only it will make 19. Okay, this is the methodology that we were following. Now, you have seen this. Now, let's compile it on the BlueJ IDE and see whether my program was working or not. So, here is my BlueJ IDE. I have already written this program. Let me compile this. And no syntax error. Let's close this. After this, I will create the object of Kapraker number. Creating the object, I will call the object. In this calling the object, I will enter my number 45. And let's see what is the output. Oh, the output is yes. So, our program is correct. Now, let's see for 297 whether the output is correct or not. Let's see. Here is my compile time. It is yes. So, our program is correct. So, this is how you have to find the Kapraker number. I think you should take the screenshot of this program so that you may know how to find out the Kapraker number. Thanks for watching the video. If you watch this video and if you like this, kindly go and subscribe to the Code Effectively channel for more such amazing video.